On the line, Superintendent Road Safety, Superintendent Dean McWhirter. Good morning.
Good morning, Neil. How are you?
Okay, well, the Commissioner's a bit confused, and so am I.
I don't think there's a need to be confused. I think it's pretty clear from our perspective.
Well, he's a judge, and he's confused.
Well, actually, the issue about concealment was actually done in relation to his recommendation.
Yes, so, I know, he said that, but he thought under no circumstances it had been removed. It has not.
Yeah, well, you need to read the two sentences.
I have read the two sentences, Superintendent.
Yeah, I know you have. They're separate meanings in terms of what disguise is taken as its common meaning, and that is about changing the description of the vehicle. That's what disguise means, and that is how it was written in the previous policy. So, and that's about telling operators that they're not to do that. They can't disguise a mobile speed camera vehicle.
Or associated equipment.
That's right.
Or a camera itself. They can't disguise a camera.
Associated equipment is a tripod in this sense.
But they can, well, associated equipment could be the camera, couldn't it?
Well, in this case, the cameras are attached to vehicles. In a tripod situation where it's set up differently, that's external to the vehicle. So they
can't disguise it, but they can hide it.
Well, it's not about hiding. It's actually focused on exactly what the Road Safety Camera Commissioner wanted. He wanted clarification around when you may be able to place a mobile speed camera at a location that's necessary from an occupational health and safety perspective.
Well, what does that mean? It does not mean to preclude them from using roadside vegetation or fixtures like posts or signs in order to mitigate the risk. Now, how do you use roadside vegetation if it's not hiding it?
Well, we go back to the original report done by Gordon Lewis. He had 2 complaints out of 40 relating to the sighting of mobile speed cameras in relation to vegetation and objects. When we looked at that and he was provided information in relation to those locations, it was done to make sure that there was some protection in relation to the mobile speed camera operators.
So what, they're not seen?
No, in terms of making sure that the risk to them is mitigated.
Well, give me an example. Where would you put a camera to mitigate that risk using vegetation or roadsides?
Well, unfortunately, what we know is that there has been a number of incidents where mobile speed camera vehicles have been swerved at.
Yes, I understand.
And so some of these vehicles are actually out in the open road and are quite visible in the sense of, identifying that they are a mobile speed camera.
Understand.
So we have, in the last 12 months, there have been 240 incidents involving threats in relation to mobile speed camera operators. And of those 240 or 247 incidents, 110 of those have been swerving incidents at mobile speed cameras.
So how do you avoid people swerving at them, Superintendent?
Well, in the vast majority of cases for the number of hours, it's actually been reducing, which is very, very pleasing.
Good, yeah.
That's terrific. But in terms of making sure that they're safe in their workplace, which is paramount here from our perspective, there will be occasions at certain sites where there might be a need to actually have a mobile speed camera at or near a barrier that provides optimum protection to the mobile speed camera operator. And that's fundamentally what it means. It doesn't mean at every site we're going to be placing mobile speed cameras in behind bushes and things. It's just not practical.
But does it mean at times the operators will be concealed by bushes so they're not going to have people swerve at them?
On occasion, that is definitely going to be the case.
And that's not disguise, that's
conceal. That's a common sense approach to protecting.
Well, I'm not arguing. Look, I actually agree that they should all be damn well hidden, but there is confusion here when we say we're not allowed to disguise, but you are allowed to hide.
Well, I think the key issue is making a distinction between disguise and what the issue in relation to where you place a camera.
Well, it's a difference between disguise and hide, isn't it?
Well, disguise is meaning don't change what a mobile speed camera looks like, and providing some protection to that mobile speed camera operator is about placing it in a location that's safe for them.
Which can involve hiding it.
While you use the term hide, I say actually making sure that somebody's safe in their workplace.
What's wrong with the term hide? It's going to be concealed. Do you want the word concealed?
Well, you can use the term concealed. I think hide has had a particular connotation that's sneaky, and that's not the case.
So they can't disguise, but they can conceal?
Yes.
Okay. Oh, I don't see a problem. Wouldn't you rather you could conceal all of them if you wanted to?
Look, I think the mobile speed camera is about has some visible deterrence as well in terms of people reducing speed, and I think that's a vital part of it as well. I think that's very important that people understand that the actual deployment of mobile speed cameras is very fundamental around reducing road trauma and reducing speed on our road.
I couldn't agree with you more.
Now, whether that's partly to do with the visibility of them, or whether it's, in a couple of cases we may have vehicles actually behind objects for occupational health and safety reasons, either way, it's about transparency from our perspective.
Who will make a decision on the concealment? Will that be up to the operator, individual operator?
What happens is sites are assessed with generally a supervisor from the Highway Patrol. They have to meet a certain criteria before we even consider a site is suitable, and an assessment in relation to that will be done in conjunction with generally the area manager from the service provider and also the Highway Patrol supervisor.
Just an unrelated area, can you tell me, is it legal to flash your lights and warn somebody there's a camera ahead?
Well, from my perspective, I think that's a really good way. It's a visible deterrent in terms of speed and people understanding they need to reduce their speed on our roads.
So you're happy for people to flash their lights?
I think in terms of people understanding there's a need to actually reduce their speed, people flash their lights. If that occurs, I'm comfortable with that. Because it means actually people are getting the message.
Thank you very much for speaking to us. Superintendent Dean McWhirter, Road Safety Victoria Police.